Hey and welcome back. On this tutorials I will speak about the UI text. So first I'll do some cleanup and let's create the new text, new script, and let's call it first text. After it's compiled, just open it, and before that I will just create the empty objects. I will attach the script to it. Now we can open it. And first you need to write using Unity Engine UI, because we're gonna work on the UI to see the text in the project whenever you press the play. So let's write the public text, and I will call that my text, and on the start I write my text equal, and let's write something. This is my first text. And maybe I will just change that public for serialize field. So we'll still have it in the inspector, but it won't be public for the author scripts. I prefer to have it this way if I don't need to have the access for the another script. Okay, now you see you need to add the text here. So what we need to do, we need to create the UI and go for the text. Now we'll get the canvas with the text, and you can see now here you can write any text you want here. So I will just write anything. And now on the bottom you have different font. I have just one, but later on I will show you how to change the font if you want. Of course, have different font styles, and you can change the size. Here you can change, it should be on the middle, on the left, right, on the top, on the middle, or for the bottom, whatever you want. You can change the color, but before that, let's see, when you press the best fit, it will automatically give you the highest possible font size for the current text width and height in the canvas you have. So you can choose any color you want. And now this is how the screen look. Whenever you put that, this is how you're gonna look on the screen. So here you can decide where should be the pivot points, as well where you want the text. For access to this, whenever you press the whenever you press that on the screen, you can use the Control, Alt and Shift buttons for the change the different view of that. So you can put it on the top, you can put the anchor on the top, or just move the text. You will need to just try that and see by yourself how this exactly work. So I just remember use Control, Alt or Shift. All of that do work for the different things. Now you need to add the text to your script, and whenever I press play, you will see the text from the UI. And this is exactly what we have in the code. Okay, let's close that. And now let's add some more, and this time I will add maybe int. But to work with the int, you need as well the text. So I will cut that my score. Now I will write the int, and I will just call it score and give there some value. let's say 1. And because the first one, whenever you write the just text and something after the name, it's automatically the string. But because we now work on the int, I will need to transfer that to the string. So I write my score text equal score, which is our int, to the string. And now the program will know that it needs to change that for the string and show on the our UI. So let's try that. And we need to create the new text. So now we need the text for the score. So you can just create UI new text and let's rename it. And you can just repeat what you did before with the first one, or you can just delete that, and instead of that you can just copy the first one. Let's delete that and copy the first one. So you'll have all the same setting like on the first one. Just move it down and rename. So we'll know exactly which text is responsible for what. And here I'll just change the size because we have more text. And now don't forget to change in the script. You just need to add the text. And to remove that we error, it's only say that you don't add any value to the text, so just write the null. So it remove that from the bug in the debugger in the console. So let's play. Now you see we have everything the same like in the script. First text is my first text and second is the number from the score. Okay, let's make it serialize field. And now I will add that to the update and show you how you can access that and how this works with the game whenever you pick up some coins and the score automatically get more. So I'll just move that from the start to update, and because it's in the update it's gonna show you in the UI exactly what you have the score in the game. So let's play now and you will see 1, and let's change that, and we'll as well change in the UI in your project. So this is how they work, the score system in the games. But here I just write it. In the game you will need to have something like pick up coins, and for example these coins will have some like 1 point to add or things like that. I will make something like that to explain you with the collisions actions in the future tutorials. Okay, so let's add now the same, but this time we'll change the my text from the inspector on the update. Let's name it something like dialog. And I will copy the code from the start, but I will need to change one thing. Or maybe it'll be better to write it and just remove the start. So now instead of the text, we write the dialog, and whatever we're gonna have in the dialog, we'll show it in the UI. And because it's string, so I don't need to add the toString after the dialog like we have with the score. If you use the variables author types, not string, then you need to add the after the name dot to string. So then it will know that it's the string and it will show it in the UI. So now whatever I gonna write in the dialog, it's automatically show in the UI. So you see, because it's serialized, I have to access to the script and I can change it however I want to. But everything's depend on the project you work and how you want it to work that, because mostly we'll have just the text score and you will don't change that, but you will change the value in the score. So let's try some different fonts. All you need to do is get some free font, unpack it and add it to the Unity, and here on the font you just move that over and it's gonna change your text. And let's play it, and you see that all the text is changed. But don't forget, we use the dialog, so that's why the text don't change here, because I work on the text instead of my script. So I need to change the dialog in the script, not in the text canvas. So now everything working like it should. Here is some different one. And you can use as well that we dot near the font on the right side to change the font. And let's make now some image UI, so we'll put something behind the text we're gonna show. And you need to remember on the hierarchy to move the image on the top, so it won't cover the text you have in the UI. And now let's add some change. You can change the color. Let's add another image, change the width and height, and change the color so it looks slightly better. It's worked the same with the sprite. If you have some sprite prepared in Photoshop or somewhere, instead of change the color, you have the source image and you can put the source image and it's gonna show your work. I work here now in the running, so all the change I do, it won't be saved, so don't forget. If you wanna keep all the things you change, like here in the image, the canvas, you need to work before you start the program, you see, because I work on the running instead of here, it's nothing, remember. So always work in the Unity before you start the program. Don't do the change after, only if you wanna see how this is gonna look. So that's everything for this video. Hope you like it. Hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and see you next time. Cheers.